Okay.
This has to move.
Yeah, you can move that out of the way. Why don't you give that to me? Okay. And we're going to do a playthrough of this. This is actually the first scenario, and it's actually an introductory scenario to teach you to the game. What you're going to do is you're going to put your 5 guys on this side, okay, about anywhere from 2 hexagons in. You can put them anywhere, as long as they're 2 hexagons in. Now the object of the game is going to be to grab a gem and get off this side of the board. You're going to have to grab your gems and get off that side of the board.
And the other side?
Yeah. Okay. Whoever has the most gems, with the most guys alive after this, wins. Okay? So, as you guys set up this game, let's talk a little bit about these cards, okay? So, I'm going to put one in front of you and one in front of you. And I'm going to take one just so I can explain it so we can see it on the camera. Okay. The game is broken up into actions, and what happens is that you take turns. You move one of your tribe members each complete turn, but the number of actions is determined on what you play in the card. Now the first card, okay, the first, if you can see the oculite right there, that's how many actions you can do, and they vary on each card. Okay, some have 1, some have 2, some have 3. Okay, so at any time you could take 3 actions. You can move with this guy using your speed, and if you look at your card, your genetic blueprint, you have an awareness. Let's try to get this on here so it doesn't. There we go. An awareness of 2 to start. Speed of 6, so you can move up to 6. Doesn't mean you have to move all the way. An attack of 4. Now what that means is on a D10 you have to roll under a 4. Okay? There's certain things that you can do to boost that up. You have a defense of 4. So when you're rolling a defense die, you have to roll under the 4. And then we're going to compare the dice. Each figure has a health of 5. Okay? The actions that you can do is you can move. 1 space for each point of speed. Stop if you pick up a sun gem. I call them soul gems. Too much Marvel stuff. An attack. Either charge by making a move into the space adjacent to the enemy figure, or attack an enemy figure in an adjacent space without moving. That is considered an attack. Ready. Must be the last action of that figure's turn. Allows you to let nature take its course, but without being forced to play that particular card. There's a card in there that has let nature take its course. We're going to take that out of the initial game. Let nature take its course. Okay, stand up. If you get knocked down from a fight, you can spend 1 action to stand up, or discard 2 cards to stand up without using an action. Okay? Replenish natural selection cards. Discard any cards and then draw up to 7, so you have 7 in a hand. Or you can use an action. Okay? Say you have 3 actions. You can use 1 action to draw up to 7 cards. You can't just draw up the 7 cards. If you have no cards in your hand, then what you do is you leave things to the natural selection. Okay? Which means that you would just turn this over, and whatever it has for actions, that's what you would have to use if you have no cards in your hands. The same thing with defense. If you have no cards in your hands for defense, you can flip one of these over. Okay, let's look at the next thing on here, which is the spear. That's how many D10 that you will be rolling. Okay? So you would roll 3 D10. The last number is defense. Okay? And if you see 6, that's how many dice you would be rolling. 6 dice. Now there are cards in here that give you bonuses. And let me take out the ones that... Okay. Okay. This particular card has a +2 bonus. you'll find these in your hand. Okay. You can use them for actions. Okay. Or you can save them and say you never show each other what you're going to attack with. So when at the beginning of a combat action, when two people move into the same either the same area or adjacent, and they say I'm going to attack him, you're going to pick a card out of your hand, and say you go, I'm going to use two dice. Okay, and you're going to pick a card that says 7 defense. Okay, you don't show these to each other. Once you put down those cards, you can put down cards that can add on. And those cards, you can either use the ability that is written on the bottom. There's always an ability written on the bottom. Or for offense, you can get +2 more dice. And you would put down, and you could put down as many as you want.
Of the bonus cards.
Of the bonus cards. Okay? Then you guys just say, once you're done, you agree to turn over. He's attacking with 4 dice. You decide to play none. You are going to be defending with 7 dice. Now, let's talk about damage. Okay? With damage, on the combat table, if the attacker beats the defender but does not double the defender, that person loses 1 health. Okay?
It's on the back of your card.
It's on the back of your card, but
it says combat table.
Yeah. Now, if you're rolling dice and he doubles, say you have 2, but you have 2 defenses and he has 4 attacks, that's double, so you'll do 2 health. Then, if a person does triple it, okay, if he does 6 damage and you have 2 defense, okay, that is considered tripled, and you do 3 damage. If an attacker beats the defender by quadruple, that defender is automatically killed. So you want to roll as many dice as humanly possible, and you also want to defend with it as much. You have to outplay the person and outguess the person as far as what they're going to play. Mm-hmm. They may just attack with a little and save it for something else that they're trying to achieve, or they might be defending pretty heavily because they have something in their mind, or you might want to take that person out to really come at that person. Now also, if you get down to a couple cards and you want to draw up to 7, you can use an action. I think I've said this, but I'll say it again. If you have 2 actions, you can move with 1 action if you want, or attack with 1 action, and then save an action and say, I'm going to use my last action to draw up to 7 cards. That way you have a full hand. Okay? There you go. Put him back where you want. Put him where you want.
Defender beats attack and at least doubles. So if I out-defend him, he takes health. I double.
Now healing, which is a common action. You can spend 2 actions to reduce your figure's defense by 1 point, okay, to regain 2 health. Okay? But that doesn't help you much, because then all of a sudden you need to roll under 2, and that's not going to help you. Zeros are always 10 unless a card says differently. We always do whatever the card, the ability that you activate. These abilities do not help you, okay, with the first 2 cards. Any card that you put behind it, you can use the ability, okay, as well as the defense dice.
So the card that you put out first is only for the numbers.
It's only for the numbers.
For the text.
And the second one you can use for the text.
So I could boost something with this.
Yes.
For the text.
I don't understand what you're saying.
If I put this down first, I could put this underneath it to use the text.
Well, behind it and use the text. Yeah, to use that text, but not that text.
Right.
That text is not used at all.
Okay.
Okay? Again, the object of this game is for you to get as many sun gems off the other side, and for you to get as many sun gems off that side. All right? Do we understand? Do we have any questions?
I'll probably ask him as we play.
Yeah, we'll probably go through a lot. Now, retreating, that's another thing. If you want to break away, Okay? To move out of a space that is adjacent to an enemy, both players flip a natural selection deck card, okay, and add their speed to the result. If the score is higher, you may move away. You can move away. May not add any boost cards from your hand. May add any boost cards from your hand. So you say, I want to break away. You're going to put those down, and you're going to add your speed to the, which number do you use? Add their speed to the result. Breakaway. Flip a natural selection card from a boost. I think you would use. Oh, there's natural selection cards in here. Hold on. I'll show those to you. Okay, that. They're all natural selection cards. The first number, I believe. Or I think it's both the attack number. I'll look it up as we go before we even get to that point. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay, place this card is revealed. Your opponent. Okay, I just got to take these cards out, and we should be ready to go. Take event cards out.
So because my awareness is 2, I get to do 2 actions per turn?
No. Your actions are determined
But what's on this?
by what's on the card.
Oh, okay.
Actions, attack, defense.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going to get you through this. There's these.
And it says what your actions can be on the back, on the right.
Yeah.
It tells you can like move, attack, ready, break away.
Yeah, as you
Yeah.
take damage, you're going to take and wind those down. So we're just going to do this very basically the first time. Make sure that we get everything right. And everything should go pretty easily. Of course, I'm sure we'll screw something up along the way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these up a bit. And then you two will do battle.
These are abilities to that are on the cards and that the chief can use. And
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from that. We're gonna keep this very basic the first game. Okay? The idea is just to learn the mechanics, the basic mechanics of the game. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make another video in the future with a campaign, and we're gonna do a 3-way dance where we're gonna have 3 tribes out there. The main idea is for you guys to get a good feel for this. And then we'll start adding some of the trees and some of the special terrain. We'll add some of the advanced rules in. Yeah, well, the board's the board.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It shouldn't do anything. As you can see, this is a very well and overproduced set. And it's huge. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to deal you guys 7 cards. I'm so afraid to shuffle these cards. That's the one thing I got to see if I can get extra cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's where we begin. Janice?
Yeah.
Since you're shorter, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh god. Okay.
Can I do the same action twice, like move and then move?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. You can attack and attack. You can attack, attack, attack. If you got 3 guys in your space.
That's a good one.
What are tribal tokens?
For combat, spend a tribal token to move. Opposing figure 1 space away. Tribal tokens. I will. Okay, the Chief Oculite starts each game with 5 tribal tokens. A token may be discarded at any time during the game to do one of the following things. Change an aggressive card to a defensive card. Or a defensive card to an aggressive one. Okay? So what that means is that you can switch the numbers. Okay? While keeping the same values. Draw 3 cards. You can also draw 3 cards from the natural selection deck and choose the best for a particular situation. This may be used whether you would normally draw one card from the natural selection deck for a test, or whether letting nature takes its course, which we'll read about that, and we're going to enter that in a second. Give any occulite within 12 spaces a +1 to its awareness for that turn only. This can include the Chief's test itself. There are certain things that you need your awareness for. That may not fall into most of this game. Use a card effect on a card already committed to combat. Okay? So if you want to use an ability on a combat card, you can use one of those tokens and say, I'm going to use the ability on this as well. Remember, you only get 5 a game. Okay? Advanced Inoculite, 1 extra space on the Reborn. Well, that's the advanced game. We don't use that. Okay. So let's talk about natural selection. Let nature take its course.
Oh, I was looking to see since I get to go first.
Yeah, you're going to get to go first, so I'm just going to read this. Let nature take its course. If a player has no cards in its hand, and this is what I was talking about before. I'm sorry, I thought it was a different rule. If a player has no card in hand at the beginning of a turn, and they don't want to play a card from their hand. If a player has no card in hand at the beginning of a turn, or if they don't want to play a card from their hand, the player draws and then must play the top card from the natural selection deck here. Okay?
So if you don't want to use
any of your cards and you want to chance it to luck, whatever that card is, you're going to play it.
Okay.
Okay? So you would put it in front of you, and that's your combat card. And you have to do whatever it says. The activate value on this card indicates how many of their figures that player can use on this turn. How many of the figures it may use on this turn. If the player draws a sun gem or an event card, the card is resolved immediately, and then draw another card utilizing its activation value. If it is another sun gem or event card, resolve and draw again. Okay, so there we go. Alright, again, we're not going to be using the adult rules, the advanced rules for this particular thing. Advances, tribal placement. Okay, we did that. We did that. We're all set. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I don't think you can move.
You can move. Why can't you move?
Because you can move 18 spaces on the first turn.
Sure, but if you go to pick up a
if
gem,
you end up right in front of me, you're going to have to fight me right off the bat.
Yeah, and you may take a beating. Here, I'll just read it anyways. How's that? No, if it's your first turn, you turn it over and you pick who you're going to use. Okay? And then you turn it over, and that first number there with the little guy on it is how many activations you get to do.
So 1 activation.
So 1 activation.
For who?
This guy.
Okay. And
So
what's he
you're
going to do?
move him, right?
I'm going to move.
Okay, so he can move up to how many
6.
squares? 6, correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Nice.
When you add bonus cards, you add them the same time you put
Underneath, face down.
Underneath, but that is for only combat.
The bonus cards are only for combat.
Correct.
Well, no, they can do other stuff.
Because I have stuff that says, like, at the start of your turn, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they can do other stuff.
You could play that. You could play that card. You could play that card ahead of time. Now, does it have anything underneath it? Let me see. Yeah, if you decide to use that, okay, you can use the ability as well. Here, using card effects on a card. To be able to utilize the card effects, you must be able to satisfy the trigger that is listed at the start of the effect description. Some triggers when attacking, when defending, after combat, when activated. You may not utilize a card's effect if the trigger is not applicable. Effects when triggered are resolved immediately. You may only ever use 1 card effect during a combat sequence.
So So like, when it's combat, you have to choose. But when it's just a regular thing and I'm not in combat, I
Yeah,
can.
as long as it's applicable to the situation. If it says at start of turn, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay? And use the number. Example. Let's use that example. You use a boost card in combat to increase the number of dice you roll. Before rolling, you want to spend a tribal token and utilize the effect on the card.
Give me 5 tokens.
Okay?
Just give me 5 tokens.
That has already been played for a boost value. What's the matter?
These aren't 5. These aren't.
That's 5.
These are my tokens.
Those are your 5 tribal tokens.
Yeah. Yeah, we get done.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
ready. Go.
You can use a. You can
Do you
use.
usually draw a card at the end of your turn?
No, you do not draw a card.
Ever?
No.
Until you're.
No, you have to spend points. You have to spend action points to draw your hand back up.
How many action points does it cost to draw cards?
1 action point
To draw a card?
Yeah.
to draw
Set.
up to 7.
To draw up to
Okay,
7.
okay.
To draw a new hand. You don't have to do 7, but it can be anywhere between 1 and 7.
Okay.
And that's a thing where you have to kind of think things out a bit.
Alright, I'll do 1 action.
Okay, that's 1
1,
action.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Now those 2 cards get discarded. Now you've already used those guys. Okay. So turn them around so you know that. Well, actually, yeah.
You can just flip over the card or something.
Yeah, you can flip over the card.
So find the picture that looks like that guy and flip it over.
Oh.
Because we got to use them all before we can use them again.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll check to see if that's the case, but I believe that is.
Okay. I'm going to use this card, and then this card says at the start of your turn you may move all of your figurines up to 2 spaces. This does not count as activating
But
them.
you would have to do the. You have to put that underneath a different card.
See, that's what I'm confused about.
Why is that confusing?
The first one that you put down
Yeah, I thought you
is
said
just for the numbers.
no, but that's what I was asking because he said only.
Let me see the card.
You can do that. You can do it, but you have to put down a card first for the numbers,
Yeah, that's
and then
what
you would put that one down underneath it.
But that's
No,
what I was
that's
asking.
no.
That's
no.
only for combat.
Let me see the card.
Oh,
Hold on.
I'm confused.
That's only for, yeah. At the start of your turn, so she can play this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she can play the ability, but she does. She can. At the start of your turn, you may move all your figures up to 2 spaces. This does not count as activating them. This would cause any figure to take a breakaway test. Resolve these first.
Okay, so you just get to move all your guys.
So
to
you move.
spaces.
So you played that card, and this card is now this card.
Oh, I have to play the ability or use the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Can
Okay.
I want to use my actions.
Okay.
So you're gonna use it for the 2.
So one figure can have 2 actions.
Okay. Going to use. Going to use this guy.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I stop.
Yep. Exactly. So now you have that soul gem, sun gem.
All right. So flip that one upside down. The one with the knife up like that. It's that one, I think. The
No, it's
second
this
one.
one.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna do. Three. And plus this. You may pick up a sun gem without stopping this turn. Right?
Hold on. I think I did something wrong. This number is the number of aggressive and activate a number of how many figures player can use on his turn. But how many actions do you get? Uh-oh. I think I did something wrong. It's okay. See, I was watching and they said that's the way you do that. Okay, start each turn. Activations. How many figures you can use on a turn? Each figure can be activated once per round unless affects an ability otherwise. When activating a figure, it can perform as many actions as the awareness stat. Okay, so that's what your awareness is. So I did it wrong. Fortunately, it didn't do any damage.
Can only perform as many actions as you have of awareness?
Yes. So if you have an awareness of 2, you can do 2 actions.
So even if it says 4, I can only
No,
do.
that's how many people you can activate with that card right now.
Oh.
So I could have moved 2 people.
Yeah, so why don't you move
Just
your...
go ahead and take another action then.
Take another action. That's my fault. So, but now...
Awareness is how many actions I can do. And then that's how many people can move.
Yes.
So you can move as many, the same guy over and over.
Right.
Okay, so we don't have to flip them
Well,
like
no.
that.
It says right here. You move everybody. You have to... You cannot move...
The same
you can
guy.
move 3 guys, but once those 3 guys are done, the other 2 have to move before you can
the
start
other one
all
can
over
go.
again.
Okay, so we do flip them like that.
Okay, so
So
I
I can
screwed
use
that
one
up.
more dude.
let's make sure that we make this correction, because when I was watching the demo, the guy did it differently. So, again, the number on here is how many figures you can move with this particular card. Okay? The actions that you take are your awareness, and you have an awareness of 2 to start this particular game. But in the campaign, you can up your awareness, so somebody can actually end up pretty powerful. So starting off, your awareness is 2, so that means you get 2 actions per turn. Do we understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, let's go ahead then. Fortunately, we just dealt out one action card. I mean, one figure card. So.
Yeah, and we only used one, so it's fine.
Yeah, so we're
So
all right.
I have 2 guys.
So you
that
get to move 2 guys. So you already moved one,
So now I get to move
Right.
another one.
and his
And you
awareness
get-
is 2, so he gets 2 actions.
Okay.
Yeah, he stops right there. He claims the gem. Excellent. Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna do.
Best part is I'm
3.
reading this while we go. Okay, you get to do 3 guys, but make sure now turn over the cards of everybody that you've used so far. Well, those cards get discarded.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That is this guy right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Everyone has moved except for my chief. So it's your turn.
Now you got to be careful, because if you get into a combat where one guy's fighting 2 guys, okay, whatever that person's attack value is, that's how many rerolls they would get. So
Because there's another guy.
yeah. So say it would be 1-on-1, the person that's attacking, but if another person's in there as support, you would get 4 rerolls. Or, depending on your defense, 4 defense. Okay?
That's true.
Okay. Sure.
So it can get very ugly and very dangerous fighting, and you don't want to get tripled up or quadrupled up and get eliminated from the game. Okay,
I'm going to use this
so how many more people do you have to use?
2,
Okay,
but I only can use 1.
right. Now, like I said, on that card, instead of activating someone, you can discard a card to draw up to 7 cards. That's what it is. You would discard the card to draw up to 7 cards.
Okay.
Okay?
So you can discard your whole hand and draw
One card, and then draw up to 7, because you're getting low on cards. So you got to start thinking about that.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So go ahead. So now you can move one person.
Okay.
You get 2 activations. Let me zoom in on this disaster a little more. There we go. Because this is going to get on in a minute. This is why I sat out this first game. You can see this is a great game though.
1, 2, 3.
Because eventually, when you play a campaign, even if you lose, you get certain points. You get victory points and stuff like that for doing certain things.
Right.
And then you start adding and spinning these dials. There's a sheet on the back. Matter of fact, let me show that to the camera since I'm talking about it. There's a sheet that you can actually do. I'm going to back up here. That you can keep track of your entire tribe, and when you start adding the Luftwaffe or whatever the heck they're called, you add them in, and the time of season, and then you can name each one of your members. So if you want to call one, let's just say Justin's shorts, which are horrendous. You can, as your abilities change, the next game you just make sure that you can adjust the dials accordingly. Available victory points, campaign victory points, the number of soul gems that you've collected, and all that stuff. So all that stuff, and you can keep track of it. So I'll make some copies of this, and we'll give this a good go. So let's turn this back here, and let's kind of focus in on the task.
I get 2 actions.
Okay. You get 2 actions, but you can move 2 guys.
Right.
Wait, you can only move one.
But you can only move 1, so that's a wasted action.
I can't do one, and then since they've all gone, now I can do another
Nope,
one?
that's
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
Nope.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have what?
Said anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why? You want him to be defeated by you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I see. Now I wonder. Once you you ended that space there. So now.
Can I discard a card to draw more cards?
I think you have to finish. I think at the end of your turn you can. Because you can't draw it now.
So now I'm going to draw 4 cards.
Okay. But you're in a combat situation. Did you move twice?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have another combat action. But you do.
So I can activate.
Okay. Well, did that person already go? Or do you
Yeah,
still have
everyone
somebody
went
to go?
except for my chief.
Yeah, so.
So my chief still has to go.
Mm-hmm. So we got some people that are locked in Mortal Kombat here. Why don't you discard that card?
I think we have... These cards aren't supposed to be in the deck, man.
Which one?
This is like for an advanced games.
Yeah.
The ones with the
Where's
leaves
your
on the
discard
back.
pile? We should keep
Right
this
here.
stuff as some.
6, 7.
Okay, so
I've got it over here, so we're good.
I'm going to, I guess, play this card.
Okay, that gives you 1 action. Your Chief's your main boy, so you gotta watch it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I might discard a card to get some cards.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I stack more than 1 card under a card when I do combat? Or is it simply only 1?
Simply only 1.
Okay.
Discard, I'm gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6, whoa, 7, damn.
Okay. So, Justin, it is your turn. Okay, so that's how many figures you're going to activate, correct?
Yes. With that underneath it.
Okay?
So what did he say have? Oh,
No,
so which one is he using it for?
that's how many you're going to activate.
Right.
Okay? You just do your activation.
But at some point I'm gonna do a power though.
A power.
When are you declaring
You would
combat?
play that.
Oh, when I declare combat?
Yeah, well, you could do it in two ways. You can use that attack value,
Which I don't want to.
and then use a tribal token to activate that thing, or put this as the boost, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and use the text.
Text. Oh, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use this as a boost to add
Well,
the text.
first do your
Who are
actions.
you declaring combat against?
No one yet.
Wait, I don't want to
No,
have. Do I?
you're doing it wrong. Pick it up.
Okay. Alright, well I got 3 actions.
Okay.
Alright? We got 3 actions.
Do them all one at a time.
This dude,
Has the gem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going.
All right. So the gems. He just drops the gem off. Gives Justin. Give Justin.
Is he
the gem.
off the field?
Nope.
Comes back up there.
No, he just stays right there.
Okay. Alright. One, 2. Then that's a move.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna spend his other awareness to attack.
Okay. So now, you put face down the value that you want to use, attacking value.
I have to put a defense value down.
Correct. Face down.
I can
Okay,
put a
so
bonus,
that's
right?
gonna be my attacking value.
Okay.
And then can I attach a bonus card for the text?
I'll tell you in a second. You can attach a bonus card. Okay. Alright, just okay. Here's a combat example, so let's just talk about this real quick. Simple combat. Neither player declares they are using a before combat card effect. Do you have any before combat card effects? So they go straight to declaring attack and defense. So you would put the card down. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Player chooses a card from his hand, places it face down on the table. The Hydrus player has a card that he wants to save for his turn in his hand, so he chooses. Well, that's not what we want. Okay. Do you have any when in combat effect cards that you want to play?
I have an after a combat.
I have
Okay.
after. Well,
Okay.
I have a one in combat.
If you want to play that, another player chooses to boost their cards if they wish, up to 2. Play from their hands. Quickly place the non-boost face down in hopes that he will trick a player into thinking that he has a... Now, a boost is the gold... Same as value. Using card effects. Okay, explain your boost. Boost cards appear in 2 different forms. You can have a regular boost card, which is that gold icon. Okay, you understand what those are. But you also have the ability to play a regular card as a boost as well. To do this, it must be the same value of the card that you originally played. If it also matches the type of card, it is even better yet again. So refer to the table. So, what would happen is, if you play something with the same value, it would give you +2. So say you use the gold thing, and you had an 8 defense. If you played the gold thing that had a +2, it would bring it up to up to 10. But if you have a card of the same value, so it's a 6, and then you had another 6, you would get +2, which would bring it up to 8.
Okay.
Okay? If it was the same if the initial card was an attack and you had a defense value of the same thing, it'll give you a +1.
Okay.
So say you had a 6 and also a defensive 6 and you wanted to use it to boost it, it gives you +1 instead of +2 for the same value.
Okay.
Okay, and that's how many dice you would roll. Okay. Using effects after combat, when defending. Okay, some triggers are when attacking, when defending, after combat, when activated. You may not utilize a card effect if the trigger is not applicable. Effects when triggered are resolved immediately. You may only ever use one card effect during a combat situation. So either you're going to use your before, your during, or your after.
But you can put it down already.
But you can put it down after the combat takes place.
If it's an after.
If it's an after,
if it's a before,
if it's a before,
It doesn't matter because once the combat's done, you're gonna apply that ability.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm doing. So this is for after a combat.
You can keep it in your hand.
Okay.
See, the whole idea is not to let her know that you have an after combat.
Okay, but you only get to play one effect during the whole combat.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm attacking you with a attack of 9.
So he's going to roll 9 dice. Okay? Now you're going to flip over your 2. Okay? So you're defending with 10 plus 2 is 12.
Okay.
Okay. So,
but since I have 2 guys, I can re-roll anything that fails, right?
yes.
Okay. So I'm going to roll 9 dice.
Okay.
1,
Now,
2, 3.
Remember, it's 4 and under that he has to roll.
What?
No, hold on.
What is this? Like what is this?
When in combat, you may use a defense card as an aggressive card, or vice versa for this combat only. Okay, this would help you. If you use this ability, this would be, you would play this beforehand. Okay, I'm in combat, and then what this would do is if you had a card with this number,
Okay.
you were attacking, you can switch the icons.
If I was the one attacking.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's okay. You did good. You got 12, so I wouldn't worry about that right now. So just
So I'm rolling 9
roll your
dice.
9.
I need 4s or less, right?
4s or less. Okay, so
1,
2.
2, 3. That was a 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I saw they were 3s.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 hits, but I'm gonna re-roll these.
You only get to re-roll them once, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's just because there's 2 guys ganging up. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So
7 hits.
he's got 7 hits. So now you're going to roll 12 dice.
I need 2 from you.
Yep.
And I need to get what?
4s or less.
4s or less for your defense. Put your cards down. Hold on. Make sure you got 12.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There goes all the figures.
1.
2. I could do that great.
3, 4,
That's all I got.
So he's only going to take
1 hit.
attacker beats defender, but does not double the defender. See, I had 7 and you had 4, so I beat you, but I didn't do double, so you only lose
So
1.
that particular figure only takes 1 health hit.
So you got to turn the little dial from
Where is
5
he?
to 4. It's
Oh, there he is. His knife.
Yep.
So his health goes down to 4.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna put this card.
Okay, so now, hold on, let's see what happens.
I'm just doing this one.
Steal the Sun Gem. After a combat, if your opponent is carrying the Sun Gem and yours was not, you may take it.
Okay,
So I stole the Sun Gem.
so he stole the Sun Gem from you. Alright.
Now, this guy is gonna attack.
Hold on.
Wait, why would you?
Hold on.
You used your last action.
I get two
You used two
two
moves.
activations.
He had 2 activations on his card.
See, because I used Janice, when I started the turn,
Yeah.
Always leave that out.
I used this.
So yeah.
So I can use 3 guys. So that was just 1 guy.
All right. So. So what happens is. So after combat, if he could steal from his hand, but not holding a gem. All right, he does not get. He does. I believe he gets knocked down, and he would have to use an action to get back up.
Can I attack somebody that's on the ground?
Hold on. Okay, no, he doesn't get knocked down. Oh, if he's carrying a subject, it is dropped in adjacent, and the chosen player, chosen by the prone player. Okay, so
He would have dropped it.
he would have dropped it,
But
and he
I
would have
played
put
a
it
card
in.
to
He would have
steal
played it in an adjacent space chosen by the prone player. So he gets knocked down. You have to spend an action to stand him back up. If you remember, it says here, standing up, spend 1 action to stand up, or discard 2 cards to stand up without using an action. And cards are valuable, as we're finding out. Okay, so he's down.
So I get to use 2 more guys, right?
Yes.
Can I attack somebody that's on the ground? I don't see why I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
But then I can't defend, can
Yeah,
I?
you can. You can defend. Use your cards to defend.
1, 2,
I have to discard this, right? Because I used these already?
Yep.
and then I'm gonna attack.
We're just going to put this over here, and we're going to discard those over there. Okay.
So I'm gonna attack.
Now he's using up all his cards, which is just fine and
using
dandy.
this.
Okay. Okay.
So
One
do I
that
get
I
2?
want to play after combat. But
Well, you keep that in your hand.
Do I get to reroll twice now that there's 3 guys ganging up on 1 guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play this card,
Okay. So he's going to.
but
He has
I'm
no
gonna
boost.
use a tribal token
Okay.
to turn the 8 defense into 8 attack.
And that's what it says on there. Yeah.
You can only do 1 token per turn.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's an 8 attack.
Okay. So flip over your defense card. So he's going to be rolling 8, and you're going to be rolling 9.
So I need 4s or less.
4s or less. And
1, 2, 3, 4.
so he's got 4. Hold on.
Now I'm gonna re-roll for the first helper.
Okay.
pretty much you just won.
Well, let's see. You can still roll.
7 hits.
7 hits. You get 9. So make sure you take a good look at your cards.
I pretty much have all the same cards.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I still couldn't double you, so you just take 1 health of damage.
Wow, that's pretty good. So you're all right. Now, did you have an after combat?
Yeah. Says after combat, move one of your figurines a number of spaces equal to its speed without taking a breakaway test.
Okay.
Can I move him?
It's a retreat, so.
Yeah.
So he's down to 3.
So
He
he
gets
can
up
move
and he
6.
runs.
Hmm?
So you can move 6 spaces.
Now I want to know where I'm going to move him.
Well, you want to move him back and try to regroup a little bit. Because you don't want him running with all those gems that he's got.
He doesn't have any gems.
No, but the other guys do. You just want to move back, so... Because you want to start laying down the smack on him. Plus, you want your boys to get off the thing.
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna discard a card to get some extra cards.
Okay.
Don't you gotta do that at the end of your turn, though?
Oh, that's one.
Oh yeah,
my
it wasn't your turn. Okay.
So
Well-
these cards go away.
Right.
So that means I have to use these 3 cards then before I
during
can.
your turn, yeah.
Well, again, you can before your turn. You can use it as an action to discard a card. So, if you have 3 guys that you can activate, one of the actions can be to discard a card. So right now, you have another action. It's called replenish natural selection cards. That is considered an action.
Oh yeah, you just use one of your. So during your turn, you got to do it.
Yeah,
But you
during
can
your
just use
turn,
the
when you lay
action
down a
thing.
card and you can move
But if
3
I
guys,
wanted to
you would only
use
be
it
able
my
to.
action. I'll see. It depends on what I do,
Yeah.
I guess.
Say you have 3 actions, okay? You can move 2 guys, okay,
Yeah, and then use the third. But I want to
the-
use at this point. I want to use all my actions, so I'd rather just discard a card and get new cards.
Okay,
So I'm
Well,
gonna
that-
use my last move. Because I got 3
but
guys.
an action would be to discard your card.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And still leave yourself with a couple actions.
This guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna because that's 1 activation for him.
Yep.
With my second one, I'm gonna discard this, and I'm gonna draw 5 new cards.
Okay. No. You wouldn't be able to move him.
That's an action, isn't it?
No. That. I'm talking about a.
It says right here: move, attack, ready, stand up, or replenish natural selection card. Oh, it's at the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm. You would only be able to move the 2 guys.
You wouldn't be able to move your 3rd guy, is what he's saying. You would use your 3rd guy as a discard.
Your 3rd guy would be.
Well, I'll do that then. So he's gonna go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he was here.
Yeah, make sure, Janice. Okay, there you go.
All right, so I get 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Janice, it's now your turn.
So it's not going to be that great.
Well, the thing is that at the beginning of your thing, like if you have a card with three, the ability to do 3 guys. See, right there, you can do 2 guys, but discard 1 card and draw up to 6.
Okay,
Draw up to 7.
I'm going to do. Okay, use this guy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Yep.
12.
Take the gem, claim it for your own.
Okay.
Well, leave that there because you have his on the other side.
Then I'm going to.
You got to start smacking people down.
Yeah, I'm going to use, I guess. I'll use this guy.
Remember, you have your chief.
I know, I'm just trying to think. I don't remember all the rules that the chief does. Though.
Okay, they're right there in the card.
You can do 1
Tribal
per
chief.
turn, but it costs 1 of your tokens.
You can start using those tokens and give yourself another activation. You can give a plus. You can give any acolyte within 12 spaces a +1 to its awareness. So that means you would have 3 actions.
Yeah, but
Or you can.
but I need cards, so I can't do that because then I'd have to use a 3rd dude because it's only gonna last my turn.
Well, you already used one dude.
So you can use 1 more guy and then draw cards.
Why don't you got that guy all by himself there? Why don't you knock his teeth in?
Who?
Hmm?
Yeah, I guess.
Or you can get that guy out of dodge,
It's true too.
and you can use one of your tribal tokens to give him 3 activations, which would be he's there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I would
10,
just go
11,
through here,
12,
it's
13,
faster.
14, 15, 16, 17.
If I go here faster, I can just go through here.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna lose this dude.
But you're going to use the
Let me see.
he's within
1,
12.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, you would have to use one of your tokens.
Yeah, but he would have to come. I guess. I don't know. I'm feeling frustrated. I don't know.
Why are you frustrated?
I don't know because I don't have any cards, so like it's like I'm having to use an action to like get cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll use a token to do that.
Or you can fight.
But my one guy's not gonna beat 3 dudes. There's no way.
No. But
But I can move right here and just attack him, too. Cause he's.
but
not,
you're gonna get. Oh no,
They're not
he still
adjacent.
has 2 guys to move. Which guys are that?
This one right here.
Mm-hmm. Which he has a soul
And
gem.
the chieftain.
Okay.
These 2 have to move next turn. I can't use this one, or that one. Yep.
And you would have. How many people have you moved?
1.
Which one? Oh, this one with the knife. You gotta flip them.
Flip them.
Oh.
The one that's like holding it like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah. And then I still can move 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to get this gem out of the way, so I'll just use the
Yeah.
token.
Yeah, there you go. And take the 18 and go off.
If she runs between my guys, she's got to try to break free though. If she
Yeah,
comes
that's why I
adjacent
said.
to
That's
my-
why I said if you go the way I tell you to go, which is right up here, you're fine.
Okay.
Just put it right here.
Well, what are you doing?
13, 14, 15. Oh,
She burnt a tribal token because she was within 12 of the chief.
so I get 18
Okay.
spaces.
Okay,
So she
and that
gets
one's
18.
holding a gem, right?
Right.
Okay.
So he dumps it. That's your gem. And now they're back into the fray. Okay, so turn this guy over because you used him. The real battle is going to be for the last 2 gems.
What's this gem doing here?
That's an empty gem.
How did it end up here, though? It wasn't there before.
Yeah, it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah, or maybe it moved over 1 because when you roll dice.
It got moved by something.
I thought it was up there.
Okay, so now you want to discard the card to get all your cards back.
You don't have
To
to
draw-
discard. You can discard 0 to as many as you want, and then draw back to 7. You can discard none or as many as you want,
I don't
but
wanna-
then you get to draw back to 7.
Okay, so I can just use up my action to draw.
Right.
Yeah.
This dude's gonna freaking die, though.
He doesn't have the...
The goal of the game is to capture the gems. I'm not. Why would I really try to kill him? I'm not gonna.
Because
try
if
to
he
kill him.
fails, he'll drop the
Yeah.
gem.
The goal of the game is to capture the gems. I just wanted to beat him up to steal your gem.
3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. So Justin, sometimes it isn't smart to use all your guys at once because now you're going to have a couple turns to use all your people.
So I get to use 2 guys.
Yeah.
This guy is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. That's it.
Attacking behind doesn't mean
It's my
anything.
turn. He's not gonna attack. He's just sitting there. It's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, let's get this
Yeah, that
card.
gets discarded.
And all my guys are flipped over.
So all his guys are flipped over and you still have 3 guys that you have to to do. So you can really start laying some smackdown.
I guess this guy's kind of useless right now. So, one.
He's got to try
He's
to
gotta
break free.
He's got to try to break free. What happens there is you will both put down a thing, okay, and you will add your speed to it, okay. So since you are trying to break away, you would use your offense.
What happens is our speeds are both 6.
Mm-hmm.
So we both flip a card, and we take the number, this number, plus 6. And whoever has the highest number wins. So if you win, you can break away from me. If not, I hold you in place and you wasted an action.
Well,
But you can boost, if you have gold coin cards, you can boost your number.
I don't want to waste it because I want to get these gems. So I'm going to do,
Yeah, he's not doing anything that you really. With your next turn, you could just attack him just to try to bring him down to your level.
One. It's my first guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then his second action, I guess.
You sure you want to do that, or do you want to just get the?
Well, I can't move if I get the gem.
Well, that ends there. Now hold on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, which is fine. And then you take your second action, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, so I
5,
can move
6.
with my next action?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just you didn't get the extra space because the full movement because you stop right there to pick up the sun gem, soul gem. So now take off.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There was 7 gems when we started the game, right?
There are 7 gems, yeah.
1.
You have 2
3.
guys back here
There was
with 1 gem.
She has 2 gems. I have the gem over there somewhere.
Then what's going on?
What do you
Then
mean?
that gem is the gem.
That's the extra gem.
That's the gem that she scored.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
She scored.
That she scored, yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so just put them over there.
No.
Just to your little victory pile.
That's your victory pile. That's what you have.
You have 2 points, I have 1.
Okay, so I moved him.
So now you got to take one of those guys out.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my dude.
So you're gonna go 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
and then I'm going to attack.
Declare combat. Yep.
And then I'm going to use stuff.
Just put that card aside.
Oh, this card doesn't count anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't count anymore because this is your second action anyways.
Before a combat, spend 1 tribal token. I shove you back 1 space, and it ends the combat.
Okay. So that ends on that. Do you have any pre-combat stuff that might help that or prevent that?
I mean, I have the exact same stuff that he has. Before combat, spend the tribal token, then move the pointing finger 1 space away from your finger and cancel the current combat. But he already did that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So that's the end of that. So now you turn over those 2 guys that you did.
I guess I did this. No, I didn't use him.
Yeah.
So
Turn over that one. And that one. Now you got that one more guy that you can use. What are you doing?
Oh, it's still your turn?
Yeah,
Oh,
because all your guys.
you did 2
Yeah, she did
moves,
2.
right? So now it's my turn.
No, it's not. All your guys have gone this turn. She keeps on going until all 5 of her guys go. You used up all your guys ahead of time.
Okay.
So you still got to
1 guy, which
negotiate
is...
this guy here.
Okay. Okay, well.
So, punch that guy in the face.
I'm making a charge attack.
Take the crappiest card and use it to activate. And then start laying some smackdown. Okay, that's fine. So you did that. Now, so you're going to attack. There you go.
Okay.
Now, put down your attack value or any pre-combat Or you can make him just waste cards. Whatever it takes.
I'll move.
But look, can I just do this and then just ignore him? Before combat, spend a travel token and just break away, and then I don't even have to fight him?
Yeah.
And then just move away?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spend the card in a tribal token and it just shoves me away, but it still counts as an action.
That's
And then
fine.
you would have one more
Then you'd have
action
one
to,
more
to
action.
move.
So boom, psh, and then I'm
No, it
gonna,
shoves
No,
me,
it shoves
me
him
away.
back.
oh,
Because you push me.
okay, boom, so I was here. So then I'm
No,
gonna,
no, you're here. Okay,
Yep.
there.
so then I'm gonna use my last action to move next to my chief.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess.
Well, you were here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Okay.
And then
All right. Now flip everybody over. Justin, you flip everybody over. Justin, you go.
3.
5,
And I think what I'm going to do
5.
is I'm going to stop taping this for the time being, and we'll just come back a little later and see how we've progressed along.
So I'm gonna go